This video is a video on the downsides to being self-employed. There's a lot of benefits to it. I've been self-employed now for 6 years. Started my business just over 6 years ago. And when you first start out, it's a struggle because depending on what you're doing, probably pretty much anything, it's hard to get the right amount of work that you need to stay busy and make the right amount of money that you need to provide for your family. And obviously everybody's different. Their savings account's going to be different going into it and things like that. For me, I started my business, I was part-time. My business ramped it up slow, and I was doing sales for the roofing industry, so I was working doing that, and it worked out good for me because I was able to kind of slow down in that industry, go to part-time for a few years before transitioning into just owning my own business. So I was able to make money both ways until my business could sustain, my income that I needed. So there's that part of it, and then the reason that I was thinking about this, and I've had to explain it to my wife a few times, but so it's the holidays. We just had Christmas yesterday. We got New Year's coming up. A lot of people have vacation, or depending on what their line of work is, they probably get extra time off between Christmas, New Year's, all that. When you're self-employed, if you're not working, you're not making money. So the RV transport industry is no different. If you choose to take off the whole week of Christmas or a whole week of New Year's, they're not, like most of these companies, these transportation companies aren't going to care. You could take that time off because you don't technically work for that. I mean, you're a 1099 contractor, so they really can't tell you what to do. If you don't run the minimum amount of loads that they require, they just don't use you anymore and they drop you from their insurance, but you can't get fired or anything like that. But if you chose to take off Christmas, you chose to take off New Year's or whatever, Thanksgiving, like I chose to take 10 days off to go on vacation for Thanksgiving, and I didn't make any money. Luckily with my business that I have, I had my guys working, and it's our busy season, so I was making money, during the Thanksgiving break because of that. But, when I was just starting out in self-employment with my business, when I would go on vacation and it was just me doing the work, I didn't get paid. So, if you're a teacher or different industries that give you extra time off or you have vacation time, you take that and you still get your check. Sometimes if you're like in manufacturing or something where you're hourly and you get overtime, your check's going to be less because you're not getting the overtime that week, you're just getting the vacation time. But, you're still getting a check at the end of the day to help get yourself through the hard times. Or maybe not hard times, but just to get yourself through when you're not working. But yeah, that's really the downside to being self-employed, is when you're not working, you're not getting paid. And then obviously what I was covering was the startup and not, being able to generate enough income to cover costs and stuff in the beginning. Obviously with self-employment, you don't get health insurance unless you purchase it. Luckily for me, I'm on my wife's health insurance. She has good health insurance. She's an educator, so but sometimes it makes it hard for her to understand why I can't just take a week off or 2 weeks off. And don't get me wrong, I could, but I like making money, and she knows that. I'm about the money. I'm not going to do something if the money's not there. And as much as I would like to be home today, I was kind of kicking myself for taking the 5 loads at the end of the week, or to finish off the year. Maybe I should have said I'll do like 3 loads, because it's kind of a big commitment, pushing kind of hard to get those done. But I know we have a lot of loads to move, and I know that I'm going to want the money. So especially during this time of the year where a lot goes out for presents and just different types of holiday events and things like that. So just wanted to cover those things, because a lot of times people, I'll get the comments of like, oh, you own your own business, that's so so awesome, wish I could do that, or whatever the case might be. And don't get me wrong, I love being a business owner. I love working for myself. I tried to go back and work for somebody else, and I didn't enjoy it. I like making my own decisions. So for me, being self-employed, and also the RV transportation industry, which is basically self-employment, it just works out really well for me, my personality, and how I like to run my schedule. So I'd love to hear comments on that as well. If you're self-employed and you also do RV transport, maybe you have a small business, or if you're in a different industry where you work for somebody and you're thinking about getting into RV transport because you're tired of working for somebody else, I'd like to hear about that as well. So throw it in the comments. If you like the video, give it a like, and if you like the channel, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.